What if the Ascendant Realm was the key to recovering our vaulted planets? Welcome back, Guardians, to another Embrace Destiny video. Kaz PhD here, and today we're spinning a little foil. Today we are discussing an idea I've been workshopping with my community. Season of the Lost has been quite interesting from a lore perspective. While not as action-packed as Season of the Chosen, nor as politically thrilling as Splicer, Season of the Lost has been working to set the stage for what's to come. The obvious, of course, is the separation of Savathun from Osiris, and eventually possibly her worm, leading into the Witch Queen, with Savathun somehow in possession of Hive ghosts. The season has been incredibly long due to unforeseen elements, but it has allowed us a lot of time to explore the Ascendant Realm through the Shattered Realm activity. The season has done a good job of contextualizing the realm, what it is, how it works, what we're doing there. What it is, of course, is another plane of reality. This has been quite plain, pardon the pun, since at least the Taken King, but definitely since the unveiling of the Dreaming City. The Ascendant Realm has always appeared as a parallel, but different dimension, one Guardians have been learning to walk for years. I especially enjoy when we get to use the realm as a shortcut, bypassing obstacles in our material realm and appearing on the other side. That idea was probably demonstrated most prominently during the Ascendant challenges alongside Forsaken, but also more recently during Seasons of the Hunt and Lost. Crow used this trick a few times, hunting and being hunted by Wrathborn to flank the enemy and flush them out. The opening cutscene to Season of the Lost features this as Guardians get cut off from Saint 14 and must cut through the Ascendant Realm to find him, Mara and Osiris, on the other side. The idea is nothing new, but it is interesting, and I'm hoping we see more of it. The Shattered Realm, alongside other instances of the Ascended Plane, have also shown us more of the capabilities and purpose of this strange dimension. Here, we are just as likely to see uniquely constructed places, as we are to see shadows or echoes of places we already know from the material plane. Sometimes we will see awoken or hive architecture that is similar, but completely new and unique within the realm. Other times, like in the Shattered Realm activity, we will see echoes of the EDZ, Tangled Shore, even the Dreadnought, real places and real things within the realm. Dialogue from within the Shattered Realm from Queen Mara and Petra explain that the realm can be molded, carved out, given shape and purpose by those who have the skill and will to do so. In fact, that's one of the jobs of the Techians. See my previous video if interested. Lore surrounding the Dreaming City, specifically within the Marasana lore book, shows how Mara and her Techians were able to reshape the Shattered Throne dungeon to their own specific purpose and design. And they're not the only ones. Our original introduction to the Ascendant Realm demonstrated how high-powered Hive used it as a base of sorts, especially for the creation of throne worlds. Pockets they could control and use as a backup, a way of cheating death. Even the Mindbender was able to create a small pocket using his knowledge of the Hive and the power gained from aiding in the death of Cade 6. This season, Guardians have been learning the ways of wayfinding, of tracing ley lines of energy and navigating the realm. But what if we could do more? Rumor and theory have long asked the question, could a powerful enough Guardian create a throne world? The answer, as with most questions, is it depends. Guardians likely could. Again, it takes skill and power, and we have shown to have both on occasion. But besides throne worlds, backup spots, and potential new social spaces, Clan Hall when? I want to talk about another idea my community has come up with. What if the Ascendant Realm was the key to unveiling our vaulted worlds? Let's explore this idea from end to end. As you may recall, at the end of Season of Arrivals, the Pyramid ships did something to Mercury, Titan, Io, and Mars. I say did something because it's not exactly clear what they did. At first, we thought those worlds were destroyed, but web lore and dialogue from Osiris and Caiatl suggest that the worlds are in fact still there. Fun fact, you could still see what appears to be the shadow of Io crossing the surface of Saturn, if you look hard enough. Dialogue from the Glycon suggests that the worlds are still there, but cloaked, obscured in some way. So, our theory is that they have been absorbed or cloaked within the Ascended Plane. In a way, this makes sense, as the Ascendant Plane is usually associated with the dark, or at least has been often used by its agents. Depending on the nature of this cloaking, it might also explain why the gravitational wells of these worlds remain, even though their physical appearance is obscured. Perhaps the Ascendant Realm remains open, cloaking the worlds, but allowing the forces of gravity to seep through. If we follow this premise, it would seem that the vaulted worlds are trapped behind the Ascended Plane, meaning one would likely have to traverse the plane to reach them. This season's title seal is called Realm Walker, and much of the work Guardians have been doing has been in learning how to navigate the plane, but more than that, to realigning and reshaping the Ascendant Realm. Sure, we are using beacons, but we are reshaping the plane to allow the safe return of Mara's Techians. Imagine this scenario. A season or expansion begins with Guardians receiving strange reports from the Awoken, odd energy readings from within the Ascendant Plane, etc. As Guardians investigate, the more observant of them may find traces of familiar places, architecture from Mars or bones from Io, and so on. It wouldn't be the first time. The Nine predicted that these worlds would be taken, and show us each time we traverse the wastelands in the Prophecy Dungeon. And since the Shattered Realm and much of the plane already uses scraps and copies of assets and architecture we're familiar with, it might be easier for Guardians to miss this, to run on by. Perhaps over the course of a few weeks, the density of the area increases. No longer mostly shadow with some substance, now it's starting to look like a real place, not a discarded echo. Maybe, to keep things interesting, the terrain seems to shift or become semi-inaccessible at times, ascribed to shifting dimensional coordinates or the efforts of our enemy, etc. Eventually, at some point, maybe we realize this is one of our vaulted worlds. Changed, but recognizable. And maybe the rest of the season or expansion is devoted to continuing to cleanse the space, reclaim the world, and push back our enemies. So, why am I talking about this? Well, for many, spin-foiling, theorizing on the future of Destiny, is fun in and of itself. For me, I like to theorize, but not go much further. There's so much magic, technology, and potential in Destiny that it can be tough to predict the way forward, and I don't like to make too many assumptions and later be disappointed. But I wanted to talk about this for two main reasons. The first is that it is an interesting idea my community has been workshopping, and I wanted to explore and showcase that. The second is because the idea builds on something I am hoping we see more of within Destiny, of building on our achievements and our story. Many of our adventures in Destiny feel disconnected. A threat here, a different threat there. For a long time, we were like firefighters, going where we were needed. Now, there's always been some connecting tissue between expansions, such as the Taken King being a direct result of us killing Crota, and those connections have been made much more prominent in the last few years of Destiny, both in the expansions, us walking the line in Forsaken, embracing the dark in Shadowkeep and Beyond Light, and of course in the seasonal narratives, with the stories flowing more directly from one to the next. But something I haven't quite seen much of in Destiny, which I hope to, is the idea of us building on our experiences. Rather than fight fires, it would be great to build bases, develop technology, and so on, to aid in our protection and exploration of Destiny. During these last two seasons, Guardians have been learning two very interesting skills, splicing and wayfinding. The former, an Elixni practice, allows us not only to traverse Vex space and manipulate machines, but also to bend the potential of the light. The latter, learned from the Awoken, is allowing us to bend the potential of another plane of existence. I don't want to see our skills go to waste. I don't want seasons to feel one and done. It would be fantastic, I think, to see Guardians and humanity growing with each new skill, alliance, and power learned and adopted. Maybe we won't be perfect at it. Maybe most of the contribution will still come from our allies, but I think it would be a great sense of progression to show our skills be put to use elsewhere, and show a living, evolving world. It's a common writing technique. Characters learn skills that are then used later to great effect, or to save the day. It's like Chekhov's gun, but in this case, Chekhov's skill. Why learn how to splice or wayfind if we'll never do it again? Anyway, this is just a fun idea we've been building on. What do you think? Do you like the idea? Do you have a different direction this could go? Be sure to leave your comments. I love building on them together. For those interested in joining the conversation before it becomes a video, be sure to check out my Discord, Twitter, and Twitch channels, linked in the description, as there is where these conversations begin. On a personal note, I am working to make more videos, but it is a very busy time. I hope that you don't push yourselves too hard and are able to find fun and joy as we approach the holiday season. Thank you all very much for making it to the end. As always, I ask that you be safe, be kind, and I'll see you next time. Bye now.